What up, fam? Just had a big sixth inning. Let's see if they can keep it going. Here we go.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah! What the fuck are you talking about?
Welcome in, everybody. It's another edition of the Flight Zoom brought to you by A2D, best in the business, no notes. Got a lot to talk about today, but as always, the show is brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use promo code A2D for 20% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. Let's get right into it, boys and girls. Let's get right into it. It's a polarizing question for the poll tonight, Evan.
Yeah.
Polarizing question. Fred VanVleet for Ben Simmons is a good trade for the Sixers. Agree or disagree? I've been going back and forth all day with this because we were talking about it earlier in the day. We were thinking about what could the poll be. There's a lot going on in the Philadelphia sports scene right now. We got obviously the Phillies approaching the deadline. They got a huge series right now against the Nationals. We said going into I think the show a couple weeks ago when they were hot before the All-Star break, we said that they needed to go 6-2 during this Braves and Nationals stretch. Well, guess what? They only went 2-2 against the Braves. So that only means one thing. It's time for a sweep against the Nationals, and it wasn't looking good. It was not looking good. It was 4-0, sixth inning. And then bottom of the sixth happened. Bryce Harper gets a single. Kutch gets a double. And then Reese, trade bait Hoskins, comes up huge for a
I've been saying that this whole damn year.
Reese, trade bait Hoskins.
His trade value. But then every time he strikes out like 10 times a game.
All right, so what happened with Nola yesterday? Is that trade bait or is he legit now?
I'm not too intrigued from that performance. I mean, he had a great game, but
I mean, it happens once every 5 starts.
He only survives like 5 innings.
It happens once every 5 starts. I don't understand. He needs to be more consistent, dude. He needs to be more consistent. And I know I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, and each time I see him start, it just gets me closer and closer to just want to get rid of him. And I know we're all over the place today. There's a lot going on in the Philadelphia sports team. We'll get to the poll in a second. But with Aaron Nola, he just needs to be more consistent. And I know they're not going to trade him, which, you could get a lot for him right now, but keep him. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he can stay consistent.
I mean, imagine the bullpen without him, though. Unless you're trading him for a pitcher, which I doubt they do because
you get a bunch of young prospects from whoever you
will. But then yet again, you only have Zach Wheeler, Eflin, Velasquez. You'll have the same deal as before, and you're gonna have to bring up another pitcher.
Well, yeah, if you trade Nola, because you could be sellers to become buyers. Because if you trade Nola, I'm sure that wouldn't be the only move that they make, considering 3 games out of the NL East right now. 4 games out.
4 games.
So, I don't know, dude. This Phillies team, it's like the Ben Simmons post. They hate me, they love me. They love me, they hate me. It's the same thing with the Phillies. Every win, we love them. Every loss, we hate them. It's just they're the most average. They're the most average team. We said it a month ago. They're the most average team in the sports landscape over the past 8 years.
Yep. Consistently average. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Consistently a 500 team. Consistently a missing playoff team by 3 games, 2 games. It's got to end somewhere. And honestly, we'll just go right into it and say that I personally think the Phillies should be sellers. You really look at the roster what they have right now.
Mr. Pessimism. Not pessimism.
Nah, man.
Evan Pessimistic Taylor.
There is no damn way I am trading our prospects We have none. We have barely any prospects, and if we go trading for people that'll be on the team for half the season, and we won't even make the playoffs, what the hell is that going to be? What is
I
that going to
mean,
be?
I mean,
Unless you
right?
get them unless you get them to sign for the team, I don't want them. Like I'm not doing no rentals. That's stupid.
Look, Hector Nervis is 11 pitches in, and he's 2 outs already in the top of the 7th. So that's a sign that we're going to the World Series, right? If he strikes out Soto right now, going to the World Series, we're
Soto's
booking
hitting
it.
a bomb.
We're
Soto's
booking
gonna
it.
hit a bomb on this fool.
Come on, Nervis. Come on,
He's
Hector.
gonna dude, he's gonna walk him, and then they're gonna get.
That was a close pitch. It's full count, 2 outs. Let's see if Nervis gets a complete inning.
I need to put this on my phone. I need to see it on live. That's
Hulu has live sports. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you we're hoping that you stick around until 10:30. 10:30, we got a treat. I know I always bring up, my old rugby career that's still going on. I'm in my prime right now. The Olympics. Olympics has sevens rugby. There's 2 different types of rugby. There's 15s, which is like the main one, and then there's sevens. Sevens is the one in the Olympics right now. USA is right now 2-0 in pool play. They play one of the best 7 teams in the world tonight at 10:30, South Africa. So if they win tonight, they sweep the pool, and then they go into elimination stage. So we'll be watching that live tonight at 10:30. So stay tuned until then. Yeah, he walked him.
Yeah. What's up, boys? What up? What up, Brian? What up, Tom? Ralph is trolling us. He said, "Look at these guys." John, Ethan, Rob, Troy, Andy calling us a bum. Man, you're talking about the Phillies.
I like that trade.
I've seen a lot of disagreements.
Well,
I do like that one by Ethan. I like OG Anunoby. He has good defense. He's a good young player, but I don't see them trading Anunoby. I'd see them selling Siakam before Anunoby.
Well, yeah, I think Siakam for Ben Simmons is just gross. I don't like it at all.
Man.
And
it's really not a need. It's not a need for us.
It's a terrible fit.
We don't need a power forward.
It's a terrible fit.
Yeah, we're not. No, we all saw Tobias Harris play his small forward position back in when we had Jimmy Butler, and it wasn't a good fit at all. Even last year, or 2 years ago, rather, when they had Al Horford playing power forward, they had Toby playing small forward. He's not a small forward.
Mm-mm.
So that Siakam trade for Ben, that's idiotic.
I don't know what Hector just did.
He just walked another person. Are you? What's the count right now?
I think it was a balk. Huh. Yeah, Nervous just balked.
He is actually nervous, dude. He's shitting bricks on the mound.
He just had 2 outs with 10 pitches.
Dude, I told you he was going to walk. He's going to walk people.
You know, I'm going to say, Jimmy, Alvarado is a fucking disgrace last inning.
Jimmy, you know what I'm going to say?
Stinks.
You know what I'm going to say?
What?
Home run right here.
Come on.
They go and talk to him. They go and hype him up. Why not?
No, it's gonna be,
that happened to me the 2 games.
Home run for us next inning.
2 games I went this year, he did it. He blew it.
Yeah. Well,
both the times I went.
The only game I went to this year, they blew the game 3 different times. So,
dude, that is Phillies in a nutshell.
Lost 13-12, I think. It was a 13-12 game against the Nationals. So Reyes.
Now look how small he is compared to Soto.
Best third baseman on the team.
Yeah.
Speaking of that other third baseman, are we sticking with him? Are we sticking with the young buck?
I am, to be honest. I think. Wow, what a catch!
Yeah.
Bohm would have found a way to mess that one up, but
Bohm's like 7 inches taller than him. I'm sure he would have caught it.
His defense is a little frightening, but he has that upside on the bat. But I think we should stick with it. I think his little buddy, his little idol, Reese Hoskins, the younger version. He's kind of like the younger version of Reese, to be honest.
Yeah.
I see a lot of Reese in Baum, but
I mean,
you don't?
I don't. Maybe in the similar way of they produced a little bit when they first came up, and now they're just struggling. I think Boehm he's a natural hitter. He's just having that narrative talk, sophomore slump. That's what it is. He wasn't ready to come up and play third base in the big leagues.
Did he
on
play?
a defensive wise?
What position did he play in college? Was it
Third
third
base?
base?
Yeah, that's a big difference between the MLB and college.
Yeah,
at Wichita State. I don't know. I think Bohm's going to be fine. I really do. I think third base is not for him. He's just not athletic enough to field the baseball.
100%.
He's not.
No, he's not.
So maybe
and that's why you go and sell Reese. I'm sorry, Reese.
Or you could wait until the DH comes in the NL, which it'll probably come next year, and then you get to keep both of them. Maybe like all the homegrown talent that we've had has just been disgraceful, and two of those guys have been bright spots so far. I know Reese is grossly inconsistent, and Baum's having an off year in his second year, but I don't think that necessarily means you got to sell both of them. And
Yeah,
I've been on and off this team just because I feel like to do what's right, you need to trade McCutchen, you need to trade Segura, you need to trade Didi, you need to trade Hoskins, you need to trade all those guys because they give you nothing, and you would be able to get a crap ton back.
Yeah,
for all four of them, five of them.
And to be honest, Jimmy, do you really see McCutchen having a bigger year than this year?
I do not. No,
I don't either. So, yeah, we love him here, but sorry, we need more people, and some other team will take him. Some other team would take him in a heartbeat.
I'm just with all that being said, what I just said, I'm not doing any of that. I feel like that's the right thing to do because we're stuck on a carousel right now. They're just going to keep on hitting play on the operator, but on their operator stand, and at the end of the day, nothing's changing. You're just spinning in circles.
Yeah.
Now, can you maybe advance yourself to the roller coaster? Say to the playoffs with this team? I think you can.
Yeah.
Like we said it 2 weeks ago. How many blown saves has this team had? 23?
Probably 25 by now, to be honest. It's close, dude.
If you subtract 10 from that, you're 20 games above 500.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
If you add 10 wins and subtract 10 losses.
Well, you'd be 10 wins over because you're 500 right now. If you took 10 away from the 20 saves, you're 10 above and you're 6 games.
No, it's a 20 game swing. Right?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a visual learner. I got to look at the standings real quick.
Oh man, they better win this damn game.
All right, so they're 49-49 right now.
Yep.
The epitome of mediocre.
Yep.
If you got 49 wins right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you add 10 to that, because you've blown 25 saves, if you just blow 15 saves instead of 25, what? You're 10 plus wins and 10 negative wins. So you're 20 games above 500, right?
No, Jimmy, it's 10. Because you're adding 10 extra wins. So it'd be 10 no matter what.
Yeah, but we're not just adding 10 extra games. Stuff needs to be subtracted from the loss column.
Oh, God.
Are we doing a math lesson, right? I mean, I'm thinking about being a math teacher, right?
They better not see this damn video.
Yes. Even thank you, Ethan.
That's not how that works.
All right. We need a little bit more help. Do we need a pen and paper? If you add 10 more wins to what you have right now, you're not just adding 10 extra games, you're also subtracting the 10 losses. So if you subtract those 10 losses need to go somewhere else.
Oh, God, Philly math.
Yeah. What's Boston math look like?
Oh God.
All right, let's go to a different type of math. We just need to add the right pieces. Not every guy has to be.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's 20 games. It's a 20-game swing. All right, whatever.
Frank, give us a lesson, man. We're having trouble.
Yes, thank you. I knew I was right. Thank you, Frank. We're 49 and 49 right now. If we add 10 more wins to that, that means 10 games from the loss column would be subtracted. So then we would be 59 and 39. Thank you. And we've blown what, 20-something games? So I'm just taking away half of those blown games. We would be 20 games above 500. This goes back to my original point. Where are those blown games coming from? The back end of the bullpen. Alvarado stinks. Hector Nervis stinks.
Yep.
Kinsler is just bad.
Mm-hmm.
De Los Santos sucks.
You can go on and on, Jimmy. And at the end of the day, when you really look at the roster and what we have, is adding more hitters to the team going to do us that good? Is it going to do that good? Is it going to do us? Are they going to go pitch too? Are we going to trade Bohm for Chris Bryant? Is Chris Bryant going to pitch in the 9th inning when the game's tied?
I mean, if you have Chris Bryant in the lineup, your lineup becomes much more consistent, right?
I mean, yeah, but you're going to be scoring. You're going to be needing to score a lot more points because once you get in those playoffs, you're going to be facing bullpens way better, and you're not going to be scoring as much. You know.
Bryce needs a big hit right here. And, oh yeah, best catcher in baseball just struck out on a terrible at bat, by the way. Archie Bradley stinks.
Oh God!
Like
Archie Bradley has been very disappointing. He's been very disappointing. He does this little thing where he walks a couple guys, the guys get hits. He has no outs with bases loaded, and then they take him out. I think that's what I've seen a few times this season with them.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just Clentak and McPhail, Middleton. They just ruined this team. They built this team the wrong way. It starts with the AA teams. It starts with the Class A teams. Mm-hmm. It starts down there. It starts with the scouts, and every scout on this in this organization just sucks.
Yeah.
It's just our legitimate only hope is unless you sell this team, it's to try and find lightning in the bottle like you did in '93, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had a bunch of old heads. And, I wasn't alive back then, but I, from what I could see and from what I watched, from what I heard, it was a bunch of old heads that got put together, and they just went on a run. They got hot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the only hope we have with this organization right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the signing of Bryce Harper, I love Bryce. Did you do it at the right time?
I mean, that was the only time you would have. I don't know necessarily that you're going to land Romuto if you get Harper.
Well, yeah. There was really nothing you could have done. Signing Harper was the best thing you could have done. But this organization was set back so many years. You signed Bryce, but you have no young talent to surround him with. You have no free agents to try and surround him with. Mm-hmm. So then you try and build this fantasy team 3 years ago, and shit hit the fan because you had an inconsistent bullpen.
Yeah.
And the way you develop arms is through your farm system, and your farm system is trash. Everything about the organization has been trash.
I mean, we have Mickey Moniak. I think we'll be all right, right? Straight going 0 for 3 for the Iron Pigs.
Dude, they got to get the best salesman to pitch an idea to the Cubs to say Mickey Moniak is a top prospect. He is just golden. He has a great tattoo on his arm. He loves to hit the ball. He loves to do all that. He could play all 3 positions in the outfield. Hey, you can maybe even put him at shortstop. He's just that good. I drafted him as a second baseman, so you could put him at second base as well. And then you throw him to the Cubs, and then you try and get Kimbrel.
Yeah.
Like, you need the best salesman ever to try and do that to the Cubs.
Do Do we need to bring over Daryl Morey? Or I don't know. We need a Daryl Morey. Do we need a Sam Hinkie?
Well, Dombrowski's supposed to be your said Daryl Morey. So that's why I'm saying we're not going to be sellers. We 100% have to be buyers. And the one thing you need to buy is back end help in the bullpen, and you need to buy a fourth or fifth starter because the Matt Moore experiment's over. The Vinny Velasquez experiment is over, which I'm just devastated that I have to go watch him pitch on Thursday.
Yep.
Should have thought about that before I bought those tickets.
Who's pitching Wednesday? Do you know?
Wheeler.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So you get to see a gem, and then
I
get to
like
see
how I
Vinny
said
Velasquez.
last podcast I'd never be spending my money on them again, and here I am buying tickets to a game. Here I am.
Mr. Wings already started. It's not even Eagles talk yet, and he's already started. like, what did I do to deserve this right now? We'll get to that comment later. But I want to talk about this, Brian. I do think Bryce and JT are going to be a big reason why free agents are going to want to come here. The only problem is you have, $4 million left to spend before you go over the luxury?
Mm-hmm.
It's what Tom's been saying since we joined A2D.
Mm-hmm.
If it was stupid money the whole time, it would have been Machado and Harper.
Yep.
Like, why haven't you crossed over the threshold of stupid money yet if you're not gonna, or if you're gonna?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't think you can get any gigantic free agent, you know?
No. And
it's all good, Mr. Wing. It's all good.
I feel like players want to play for a team that can at least make one playoff in the last decade. But I don't know. It's a little ridiculous.
All right. What up, Greg? Great show as always yesterday from the Agree to Disagree boys. You got Uncle Sweeps, Wills, Tom, Greg. Highly entertaining watching that softball analysis yesterday. All right, John. Main question we should ask is, with Kimbrel and another fourth or a fifth, can we still beat the Dodgers or Padres? If not, let's be sellers and build up the system.
That's exactly
here's my question. What, 5-game series and then a 7-game series at most in the ALCS or NLCS? It'll be a 5-game in the NLDS, 7-game in the NLCS. If you get your best performance out of Nola, like you did yesterday, you have a Cy Young candidate in Zach Wheeler. That's 2 games right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they got Walker Buehler and the guy I wanted. He's in trouble now. Name's Bauer. You don't even know if he's going to be pitching anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Padres got who? Hugh Darvish. Clevenger.
Yep.
Like, I like our 1 and 2 if Nola is who he is yesterday. Mm-hmm. I like our 1 and 2 against anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so why not gamble? Why not gamble? What players are we holding on to right now? That are we holding on to Moniak? Are we holding on to the catcher? The catcher.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is his name? Marchand? Are we holding on to him? Are we holding on to Stott? Like, how good is Stott? Is Stott going to be the next Scott Kingery? Like, come on. Let's come on, people. Just because he's the best player in the Phillies farm system, that doesn't mean a lot. So let's get rid of some of them and give it a shot this year, because you're a 4th starter away and a closer away from doing from getting in, making some noise. And it's just like the NHL with the MLB. It's why the MLB playoffs and the NHL playoffs. Come on, McCutcheon. That's why they're different, because once you're in, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. And that's the thing. It's this mentality. It's John Coyle's mentality, or it's Brian's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Getting October baseball for Nola, getting October baseball for Realmuto, for Hoskins, for Bohm, for Herrera,
for the fans,
who haven't. It's great.
We haven't seen a lick of playoffs since 2009, 2010. That's sad. That's real sad. Yeah, but I just don't think that, because when you really look at it, when you play a team like the Dodgers or the Padres, you're going to be going against really good pitchers. Kershaw, Snell, Darvish,
Yeah.
all those guys. And I mean, you'll have pitchers duels, but I don't think Nola can complete a game. You saw him complete a game yesterday, but I don't know if he's completing a game against a high-powered offense.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till it's like the last 4 games of the season. We got to win them all, and then we make the playoffs, and we like lose the series against the Marlins. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to find a way. They're going to find a way.
Don coming in hot, per usual. Saying we just had playoffs in Philadelphia. We all know how that went. It's just ups and downs in the city because 3 weeks ago, a month ago, what was the what did it feel like in the air at the Philadelphia sportsways? It was abysmal. It was bleak. It was terrible. Like a month ago.
All right. So go back to the first week of the Phillies opening season, like opening games. Immaculate vibes. Immaculate vibes. Sixers were first seed in the East.
Phillies were hot.
Phillies were rolling. I'm pretty sure they were unbeaten for 7 games.
Yeah, so that's 2 out of the 4 teams that we were excited about. But I'm saying a month ago it was terrible. The Sixers just got eliminated. The Phillies were ass.
Oh yeah.
The Eagles were projected to be one of the worst teams in football. Mm-hmm. The Flyers were just abysmal. And now just this week, there's some buzz going around the Phillies with the trade deadline. Eagles just signed Steven Nelson. We'll get into that later on in the show and see if the Eagles are legit. They might have the best secondary in the NFC East now.
I believe so.
They very well might so. Yep. They have one of the most experienced teams in the NFC East, and I don't think that's even close. Between the offensive line, the defensive line, and you win in the trenches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about the Eagles later. There's a lot of positivity to talk about with the Eagles. Flyers go out and trade for Ellis. You get rid of Voracek's contract and get Cam Atkinson in return. Are you kidding me right now? And then you go out and get Ristolainen.
Yeah, it's hard pronunciation, but yeah,
he's good. He's good, and all 3 of those guys provide accountability. They provide a toughness that this team needs.
Yeah,
and you get rid of Voracek's sloppy contract.
What about Gostisbehere?
And Shane Gostisbehere is finally out of town. Finally out of town.
I'm looking at his jersey I have hung up right over there. It sucks, man. It sucks. We were hyped for him that one season, and then he just pulled a Philly.
It's what we do with all our young talent. We overrate these guys because we don't really get a good bargain in the deal that we give to these teams when it comes to them producing good young talent. Because the moment that young talent, starts to overachieve, and then a season later they start to shit the bed, it's trade them.
Yep.
I guess. Start giving us good content, and we will, stop being so toxic as everybody wants to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's constant pain, Jimmy. It's constant. It just doesn't end.
Phillies playoff baseball is fun. Yeah, we missed that.
Starling
Marte will get us into the playoffs. Legit leadoff man. Marlins basically trade you, just give them the 2 prospects. I'd take that rental.
If you can get them to sign, that would be amazing. Because then if you can get Marte, I think you go and trade. I know we're not sellers, but I feel like you go and trade. What's his name? Kutch.
Oh, yeah. You could sell to buy, right?
Yeah.
But then your next issue is who's playing left field for you. Then you put in Reese back in left field. Bohm over to first.
Hell no.
Torre is playing third.
Mickey Moniak, baby.
All right. Enough with the Mickey Moniak. I would trade you for Mickey Moniak.
Bone.
I would literally trade to get
Brad.
you to get Moniak out of a
Brad.
Philadelphia Phillies uniform.
Bamboo Brad.
They put Nervous back on the mound.
Jesus.
Yeah. Ristolainen. Thank you, Brian. Ristolainen. It's like trying to do math 15 minutes ago.
Oh, and I forgot to mention Sir Anthony.
What about him?
That
What about him?
supposedly it's Sir Anthony in September. It was from the My Teams app. Phillies could get him back soon.
Is he hurt?
No, not anymore.
So trade him.
Oh God.
So trade him. Trade him for Javi Baez. Trade him for Whit Merrifield. Trade him. Trade him. Trade him for Mike Minor. I don't care. Just get these. Trade him for Danny Duffy. Just give me something. Give me something, Dave. Give me something that we need.
Okay.
We do not need Sir Anthony.
We literally have Sir Anthony's like fat brother on our team. So yeah, we already have Alvarado. I hope they are sellers though.
Ryan coming in with a
but they won't be.
Ryan comes in with a great comment. Phil's one, need hitters who are high run producers and make lots of contact. Secondly, pitchers, not throwers. Guys who know how to keep hitters of balance, mixing up. They keep hitters guessing. Mixing up their pitches, keeping hitters guessing. Yeah, I mean, he just described Aaron Nola when Aaron Nola's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you grinning at?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh gosh. Surprised Philly insiders in here trolling me.
He'll probably come for the rugby. And yeah, guys, we got some people in the chat right now. Hit that like, give us a subscribe, turn on your alerts. I want as many likes as possible tonight, guys. 10:30, we got if the Phillies are over. I hope to God the Phillies are over by 10:30. We got a live USA Sevens Rugby reaction. Big rugby guy over here. 15s and 7s, two different things, but 15s is the main rugby, and then 7s is the more athletic rugby. It's for more of the athletes. If you never watched Sevens Rugby is literally like watching running backs and linebackers playing both offense and defense for 7 minutes at a time, two halves, and you just go balls to the wall. You try and score as many points as possible for your team. And it's legitimately like a never-ending kickoff in football. So stay tuned for that. We'll do live reactions. That's going to be on CNBC at 10:30. USA versus South Africa. South Africa is one of the best sevens teams in the country, or I'm sorry, in the world.
Mm-hmm.
USA is currently 2-0 in pool play. So let's see if they could sweep the pool, and let's see if they can beat South Africa. And that would be a great win for America.
Yeah.
And yes, fam. John coming in hot. Let's get some A2D memberships. Let's get it going. It's a lot of great perks that you could get with this A2D membership. $9.99 per month. You get appearances on the shows. You come troll Evan for being such a pessimist. Come troll me for loving Ben Simmons so much. Members only streams, shout outs, and of course the weekly picks from Nate and the Money Pot podcast. So you get all your money back from there anyway. So it's definitely a bargain. Let's see if anybody can join the A2D fam.
Sir. Come roast Jimmy.
I saw this on his Instagram story. And yeah, let's get into the poll. We'll continue to talk about the Phillies as stuff happens. Bottom of the 8th right now. They're down by 1. Martian Lynch, 33. Meanwhile, in LA, Ben Simmons is wearing flip-flops with socks. Outside of his however many millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars did he steal it from us? Did he steal it from us?
Stole from us. All those stupid vitamin water commercials he's on. All that bullshit, man.
All right, here's the deal. Everybody knows I have a love-hate relationship with Ben Simmons, but the more and as the days go on, as the long weeks, as the dog days of summers continue to roll by us, I'm starting to really hate Ben Simmons. I really am. It's like he doesn't even care about anybody but himself. It's what it seems like. And now there's reports coming out that he hasn't even talked to the Sixers organization. It's been all through his agent. It's just sad to see a guy that has so much potential, that is superhuman, has God-given talent, all the athletic ability in the world, and he just doesn't care. He doesn't care enough. All he cares about is fandom, the spotlight. The thing needs to be on him. The spotlight needs to be on him. And I'm just over it. I'm over
I think
it.
we all are, Jimmy. I think I've been over it since the day after his rookie season. After I saw a few games after his rookie season where he just didn't improve at all.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
And Don, yeah, I hate him. I hate Ben Simmons. I'll say it right now. I hate him.
Jimmy, I have a question for you. Be honest. Was there a point eating bonbons? Get the hell out of here. Was there a point in where you're defending Ben Simmons where you actually just straight up didn't want to defend him, or you actually hated him? Like when we were talking about him a few months ago?
No, I always had his back 100%. It was never an agenda. I legitimately believed that he was going to turn it on because I saw the God-given talent in him. And the only thing he needed to do was just flip the switch in his head, which he never did. And I know a couple of weeks ago I was saying, oh, there's something probably wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him. He legitimately doesn't care.
Yeah.
Matt says it best. He's lazy.
Yep. It's sad because like he would have workouts with Magic Johnson, Kobe, and all these other legends, and like he didn't. It's like it just went right through his head, right through his fucking big ass ears. Like, come on, Ben, get better. Whereas you've seen like guys like Booker, and all the and goddamn, yeah, Booker, who's used to be not as good as Ben Simmons maybe 2 years ago, and now is miles better than Ben. So, yeah, see the light, baby.
Yeah, Mr. Wing, I've seen this, and this is in part to why I'm hating him so much, because ever since he bought that house in LA, he's just been taking candid pictures of parts of the house and just posting on Instagram. It's not him or his face, his stupid face. It's none of that. It's his house, it's his car, it's his pool, it's his flip-flops with socks on. It's all the bullshit. He's trolling us. He there's nothing wrong with him. He's a troll.
Yep.
And he just can't wait to get out. He can't wait to go to wherever he goes, finish up the contract, and then sign with the Lakers. That's what he wants. Fucking asshole.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, he cares about his Instagram models. He cares about living in LA. Brian, yes.
Games.
How many people are watching on YouTube right now? 23, and we got 11 likes. Fuck with the algorithm, as Tom likes to say. Give us some likes. We got a lot of members up in this chat right now. If you're feeling it, become a member, please. $9.99 a month. You'll win that all back with Nate from Money Pot Podcast.
Well,
Ethan, I hope he goes to Minnesota. Give me Edwards. Give me D'Lo. I don't care. Send them to Minnesota.
With his boy Cat.
Would D'Lo fit with yeah, that's the thing. Actually, don't send them to Minnesota. Yeah, I don't want any slop from Minnesota.
No.
I take that back.
Yeah.
Let's see if our MVP can never mind. Torres flies out. All right, so you got Didi on first, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. And Torres just flies out. So we'll see who's up next. Odubel. See what Odubel can do. But yeah,
Please.
let's get to the poll
Please.
after that Ben
Please.
Simmons montage. Let's just slop 231. All right, Fred VanVleet for Ben Simmons is a good trade for the Sixers. I agree to the poll. But you need to add something else to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You need to try and work around contracts. You know what I would love? I would love Kyle Lowry in free agency and to get Fred VanVleet and to maybe get OG in the trade as well.
Wow.
Okay, Odubel. First and second, 2 outs.
They need this bad. Please.
I would like Fred VanVleet and maybe OG if they say yes.
So
Ben.
what are you doing? Are you doing a Ben Simmons first round pick for OG? I don't think they do that.
Why not?
Because it's Ben Simmons.
They've been saying that they want him. But the only thing is they want him for Siakam. And I don't want Siakam.
No.
We already have Siakam in Tobias.
Yeah. You're right.
I want nothing to do with Siakam.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're trading Tobias as well and you're blowing up the whole team. Well, not even the whole team. If you're just blowing up Ben Simmons and Tobias, the two dudes that shrink the most.
Come on,
Tobias isn't let off the hook. He may give his full 100%, but he does stink in crunch time when you need him the most. You signed him just as much money as he did Ben Simmons, and he shrinks. He may give you 100% effort. It doesn't mean he doesn't stink.
Mm-hmm. But
Come
I mean,
on,
what other power forward can we get that?
I don't think
there's really nobody else out in the market.
You don't necessarily. I mean, if you were to get Ben for Siakam and then you trade Tobias for something, you get to keep your young pieces in Tyrese and Matisse, and then you'll get Siakam for the Ben, and then you'll probably get some other shit from that, and then whatever you get for Tobias, you still got Seth. Like, there's a lot of things you could do with this team right now.
Mm-hmm. It's literally dominoes. Or not dominoes. Oh god, that was a good. Damn it, Bohm.
I still.
It's chess, dude. They're playing chess. It really is.
I just don't want I don't want people to overvalue Morey as well. Yeah, Morey will make the move, but how many times has that move worked in Houston? It didn't work at all. Like, you could blame that on being out west.
I mean,
at the end of the day, you had James Harden.
The only thing that really panned out for them was probably getting CP3 and Harden. After that,
and then CP3 gets hurt as usual.
Yeah, like the Westbrook trade was disgusting. Like that didn't really make your team any better. I mean, they didn't have good chemistry. That's another thing. Like, I feel like if you had a guy like Dame on the team or a guy like Beal, I just feel like there would be just a lot more chemistry on the court rather than having Ben and Joel, because they're both over their heads sometimes. You know, you can't have two guys that are over their heads on the court at the same time.
Well, I still got an issue with the Dame trade. Because I know everybody's saying, you know, you get Dame, you win a title. We don't know that. There's so many super teams out there. Mm-hmm. And you're going to trade Tyrese, Matisse, and Ben for Dame Lillard for 3 years of Dame Lillard, because you know Dame wants to go back out west after the contract's up.
Yep.
You know he's going to be signing with Golden State or LA. Miami, maybe. Like,
God, why can't we live in Florida? Why can't Philadelphia be in Florida?
Come on, Boom.
Dude, he's going.
He's having a good at bat, and I know I'm probably behind because I got Hulu has live sports, so my streams are always a little bit behind.
2-2.
2-2, yeah. I'm just afraid to look at the chat. I don't want any spoilers, so we apologize in advance if we're a little bit behind.
I'm just not going to look at it.
Yeah, I have the private chat up right now. We'll get to the comments after this half inning. But yeah, that's my issue with the Dame trade. I don't know if I necessarily want 3 years of Damian Lillard with a questionable Joel Embiid health. Are we really guaranteed a ring? Like, if you're going to guarantee me a ring, then yeah, I'll trade you Matisse. I'll trade you Maxey.
Mm-hmm.
But those guys are studs. Those guys are young studs. You see what Matisse is doing in the Olympics right now?
Mm-hmm.
You see the dog that Maxey has in him, and he's 20 years old.
Yep.
Who's to say Maxey doesn't turn into a Damian Lillard? I know I said it 3 months ago and I got laughed at. I'll still say it. He's 20 years old.
Oh, my
God. It's too close to take. Boom.
Serious.
How do you strike out looking? How do you strike out looking when you need a hit? Second and third. Or first and second? What was that? First and second or second and third?
It was first and second.
You have a runner in scoring position regardless. And you strike out looking? I know that was a terrible call. But it's too close to call.
Fuck. Wow. That's disgusting. That's sick.
People are saying we're overrating Ben again. I don't know.
You know what it is with Ben? We're relying on teams. What am I trying to say? We're relying on other teams, managers, and coaches on how much they see in Ben Simmons and how much potential he really is, but it's honestly killing his potential when he's out playing in the sand with his girlfriends, with his Instagram models. Like, he's not in the gym. You don't see him in the gym. Like, you'll see him in the gym shooting threes, right? You won't see it in a game. You'll see him do all that stupid bullshit. It's like that every single year. And you really can't do anything about it because he's not going to change. So
I'm starting to believe you that he'll never change. And that was the part. It was a terrible call. That was not a strike.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to protect the plate, dude.
Yeah, you got to. Yep.
Like, that was a good 2 inches off the plate. But it's hard to argue. That was really outside.
Wow.
Yeah, John. It's exactly what I'm worried about as well. We're just not going to play defense.
Small, yeah.
You're trading a first-team All-NBA defender and a second-team All-NBA defender, and a guy with the most potential that you've seen in, 4 years now?
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrese Maxey?
Yep.
It's just, that's a lot to give away for Damian Lillard, who doesn't play defense, and you're only going to have him for 3 years.
Yep.
It's a lot to give away.
Imagine if he sucks or he gets hurt. Oh, my God. And then Ben starts shooting threes for Portland. I'll be sick to my stomach if that happens.
This was what was making me defend Ben Simmons 4 weeks ago. This is what was making me defend Ben Simmons.
I'm doing it. No, I'm fine. I'm playing.
I was about to say, don't make this one of these shows again.
Oh, God. That sounds like a generic Lakers fan. What they'd ask. Kuzma and Schroeder. I hate Kuzma, dude. I hate him. He's just like Ben. He is honestly just like Ben.
No, Kuzma just sucks at basketball. Like, Ben Simmons has a lot of potential. Kyle Kuzma has no potential.
And potential and all that, but like just both their attitudes.
But Kuzma's is a weirdo. I don't think Ben's a weirdo. I think Ben is just narcissistic.
So am I. I guess I'm the Ben Simmons of the show. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin, Shanghai Shark. Train the Shanghai Sharks. That's what we should do.
It's just now that I'm thinking about it. are we going to get better if we just have Fred VanVleet? Like I'm only agreeing to the poll if we get more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So VanVleet and OG, maybe. And I know somebody asked about would we address I think it was John. John said, would we address the Indianapolis offer for Ben? So that was Brogdon and a few others for Ben.
I thought it was just Brogdon for Simmons straight up. Was it somebody else?
Well, you would have to address it and say, look, I'm getting better offers. You need to sweeten the deal a little bit. Throw in Karras. Give me Brogdon and LeVert. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And you get to keep Matisse and you get to keep Maxey. You still have Seth.
That's when you need to start dumping first rounders. Because I don't think the Pacers would do that.
I don't care.
I mean, yeah, they'll be good. They won't be good first rounders, though. That's the only thing. So,
what do we think? You think we're coming back in the bottom of the ninth?
bro, since when do we score in the ninth inning? Since when do we score in the ninth?
Of course, the Phillies ruin it. We're not going to be able to watch sevens. We're not going to be able to watch sevens just for them to strike out 3 times in the ninth inning. All because of that. Fucking assholes.
TJ Warren came off an ACL injury. That wouldn't be a bad one, honestly. But I don't know that the Pacers are doing that still.
I don't like TJ Warren.
Fournier and Smart for Simmons.
Jimmy, Celtics fans want Simmons now? Is that what we're doing? Why?
They need a point guard.
Why in the world? Why? Why would
they need a center? They still don't have a center.
Oh my God! Now you're calling him a center?
That's what he's going to play. He is not going to touch the ball at all.
I know you sent me a post the other day about how Draymond was defending him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how Draymond can defend. Like, when I think of like soft NBA players, I think of Ben Simmons. And the complete opposite of that, I think Draymond Green. Like, I don't think Draymond Green is a soft player whatsoever.
No.
He gives it 110% every time. He does what he needs to do for his team to win basketball games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he's not a 1, he's not a 2, he's not a 3.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a excellent role player on a championship winning team that'll do anything for you.
Yep.
Oh, Archie. Did you see that?
No. Am I about to see something?
What do you have? You have first and second right now?
No.
You have just first?
Yeah. Let me go. Oh, what the fuck, dude? Get your big ass fucking beard out of the way and catch the damn ball.
Yeah, Don. This is my point. Why is Draymond Green defending Ben Simmons? For Ben Simmons being a softie?
I don't know. I feel like it's just because like Ben is the worst version of him. I don't know. It's like him when you. Oh gosh. I mean, when you really look at it, he does have a better offensive game than Simmons does, debatably. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they both dunk, and that's really it. Soto.
I still want Paul George.
PG.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Interesting one.
I know everybody that wanted Jimmy Butler over Ben Simmons and Brett Brown are probably just extremely pissed off and saying, I told you so.
Yep. But I mean, Jimmy didn't have a great season this year, and he was hurt. So
he also just
showed out the year before, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, he played incredible in that bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And he played well into September.
Mm-hmm.
So he was hurting. So we'll see what he does next year. This season coming up. But yeah, draft night's fast approaching, and the question is, is this roster going to look the same come Thursday night? I don't know.
I really don't know, Jimmy, because it really depends on. I feel like something's going to happen. If something happens, it's going to happen before draft day. Because you can't really see what your team looks like after a trade like that. Like you don't really know what the teams are going to be accepting, and there's going to be a lot of trades before Thursday, I think, or it's
Yeah.
going to be a really really disappointing offseason.
Yeah. How many NBA Finals appearances would the Sixers be in if Ben Simmons carried? 2. They would be in 2.
Yeah.
That Raptors series doesn't go 7 games if Ben Simmons shows up. And this year, obviously.
Yeah. Dude, the Bucks are such a beatable team. I will never forgive the Sixers for this year.
Well, the sad part is, dude, I was one of those people always saying you don't win a ring until you're 28 years old. Mm-hmm. We easily could have 2 championships right now.
We could.
And I know it shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
If Ben Simmons doesn't average 5 points in the Eastern Conference semifinals in his career, and he averages 15 like he does in his regular season career and his first round career of the playoffs, mm-hmm. That's a 10-point swing.
Yep.
And if we do math like we did 15 minutes into the show, that should be a 20-point swing, right? If you're adding 10 onto your score, you got to be subtracting 10 to the other score, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't work like that. Only with the wins and losses.
Celtics have 2 rings if Hayward doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, what are we sounding like Celtics fans now? Because I laugh at that.
Dude, I told you about the Archie Bradley thing. Get bases loaded and you every time.
It's a lot of ifs, Jimmy. A lot of ifs. And I watch my basketball team and I see that Ben Simmons has held us back in our last 2 playoff runs. Mm-hmm. It's facts.
I'm trying to tell you.
Shut up.
Been trying to tell you.
What are you talking about? Scary Terry was your best point guard when Kyrie was on the team.
He was. He wouldn't have showed out.
So what do you say?
He wouldn't have showed out like that if he didn't get the opportunity.
Speaking of Scary Terry, we doing this? I'm not.
Bridges.
I don't like Bridges. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm watching Sevens. I'm not watching this bullshit. Where's my remote? What time is it? It's a fucking team. It's a bunch of horse shit. That's what it is.
That's embarrassing.
Like what? We're gonna split this series. It's gonna be 2-2, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that was one of the 2 worst defensive plays I've ever seen in my entire baseball life. Of what Archie Bradley just did on the mound, and then what Didi just did, and now it's 5-3, top of the 9th. Guys, watch Sevens Rugby. It's much more entertaining than this pile of crap that they deliver us year in and year out. If you're on Twitch, we apologize. There's technical difficulties. You could join us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So we apologize for that. We'll talk Flyers later on in the show. Actually, let's do it right now. Yeah, they'll definitely re-sign Sanheim. They'll definitely re-sign Hart. They need a legit backup goaltender because I don't think they're keeping Elliott.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll be keeping Elliott. It's going to be too much money because he showed out this year.
He did. He can go find a contract somewhere else. I don't know necessarily to be a starter. Maybe a starter for like a bad team, but like for a championship team who have goalie issues, I could definitely see him getting somewhere with that. But I'm excited for the Flyers. I don't think necessarily it's moves that can put us over the top of the Lightning or I mean, we beat the Canadians. I feel like they're not too different of a team they were when we beat them. I feel
Uh-huh.
like they just had it in the playoffs this year. But I am excited because the defense got a lot better. Um, I mean, you bring in all those guys and you dump all some of your older dudes. I think Drew should be next. I honestly think that.
Come on, dude. Drew's not going to be in any other jersey in his NHL career. He'll be a Flyer for life. Even after this, what are you going to trade? What are you going to get for Drew with the $9 million contract he has?
Somebody.
You're not going to get nothing. And guys, if you tune into CNBC right now, stop watching that Philly slop. They'll be 2-2 in this series, and they'll be 500 once again because they're the most mediocre team ever. In the history of sports, it's the Philadelphia Phillies, most mediocre team ever. CNBC has Sevens Rugby on right now. USA versus South Africa. South Africa is one of the best Sevens Rugby nations in the world. USA is 2-0 right now in the pool play. So let's see if USA can do a clean sweep. South Africa is also 2-0. So we'll see what happens. CNBC. They're quick games. 7-minute first half, 5-minute halftime, 7-minute second half. Whoever wins at the end of that wins. Wow. It's like watching a continuous kickoff with no blocking. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And John, if the Sixers don't trade Ben Simmons, how do you sell him to? That's the thing, John. I think we're such a passionate fan base. We're going to keep cheering him on until he shows us that he hasn't changed again. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. I'd at this point, if you can't land Bradley Beal and Dame, or Dame, you don't go for anybody else. In my opinion, I think you just wait till Ben. I said this every single podcast. Wait for Ben to get on his little tangent, on his little plan that he does every single year. Does really good because Joel Embiid gets hurt. Get that little thing going on. Maybe what you should do? Joel Embiid, go take 2 weeks off right before the All-Star game. Go take 2 weeks off. Go improve Ben Simmons' trade value and get him the hell out of here.
I mean that is another viable option, John, because it's been the same shit for how many years now? Like, who's to say he doesn't show up in the regular season, do his thing 2 weeks before the All-Star break, and you trade him before the deadline when his value is the highest? Because people like me are going to be coming in hot, saying, "Oh, look, I told you, this is his potential. He can play like this."
Mm-hmm.
Then you trade him.
Yep.
I do like this plan. This plan might be a solid plan. You sign Lowry, and you trade Ben right before the deadline for as many things as you can possibly get.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say Paul George is unhappy come All-Star break?
And if Kawhi's
back and he's
has
unhealthy,
a torn ACL, I'm pretty sure it's a torn ACL, but he's probably not going to play next season. And that team is trash without Kawhi. That team is trash.
Yeah.
I don't even think they'd make the playoffs, to be honest. Maybe if Reggie Jackson turns into Kyrie Irving, or I don't know.
I'd sign Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson?
Reggie. I like Reggie.
Reggie.
No, I like this. I like this. But I also like signing Lowry and maybe getting half of the USA's on fire right now. They just scored.
I'm gonna find my phone so I can watch this.
But yeah, I like the trade for Van Fleet. Maybe get OG, and then you try and sign Kyle Lowry as well. I know that's a lot towards the cap, but we'll see if we can make it work. I don't know. I think PG had a great playoff this year. I know he came up small, but That could also be the case, Don, because I know when he was with the Pacers, it was only him, and he was taking them to the Eastern Conference Finals year in and year out. But it's hard to win by yourself in the NBA nowadays. Like Kawhi might be the last person to ever do that.
Yeah,
because it's just super teams now, brother. It's just super teams.
Yep. And Giannis. I mean, Chris Middleton's not that good.
Yeah. I guess I'll flip on the Phillies at halftime, see what they do, or even if they're even out of the inning.
I do not believe they are.
Cracking. Yeah.
They are out of the inning. It's 5-3. Jesus. God.
This is exactly my point with being buyers. Even with Kimbrel, you still need a 6th, 7th, 8th inning guy. Can't hide these guys. Well, that's the thing. Ranger's going to be your 6th, 7th, 8th inning guy. Coonrod could be your 6th, 7th, 8th inning guy. If you get Kimbrel, he's definitely your 9th inning guy.
Yep.
And Alvarado isn't going to stink every single outing. You got to be buyers. You have to be buyers.
Sorry to sneeze. But Jamie, I don't like it. I really don't want to be biased. as much as everyone wants to make the playoffs and all that. Sure, you make playoffs at the end of the day, but you're not beating these other teams. You're just not. You don't have the experience.
I think you will. I think you can. I think you can if you get a back end closer.
Unless he's pitching every game.
What did we say to open up the show with the math lesson? If you have the back end closer and you don't blow saves, you're 20 games above 500 right now. And that's if you only eliminate 10 of those blown saves that you've had. 24 of 25 blown saves right now? It's ridiculous. It's 5-5 right now. About to be the end of the first half. USA Sevens versus South Africa Sevens to end pool play. I highly disagree with the just sell the team because we're inexperienced. Because I truly think we're 1-2 pieces away from making some noise. Because once you make the playoffs, anything can happen. You said it. Say it all the time.
I think I'm watching.
And yeah. It doesn't have to be Kimbrel. It could be a solid closer. It could be a solid closer from a shitty team.
Anything's better than what we have now. And and the most blown saves in the I'm pretty sure we have the most blown saves in the last decade, like in one season, at halfway through the season. Like I don't know if there's any more, to be honest. But oh yeah, I got it. That's illegally I can't show this for too long. We'll get taken down.
Yeah, the second half is about to start. It's 5-5.
So they only play for like 20, almost 25 minutes?
They have 14 minutes of game time. It's a quick tournament, and tournaments happen once a month nationally.
Wow.
I flipped on the Phillies, and there's a man on third with one out. JT's up, and he's swinging. He's missing. Let's see. Am I gonna end the night with a home run hat on?
Hell no.
Oh, he struck out. JT struck out. That's what the one out came from. Come on, Bryce. Don't make me look like an idiot for wearing this for no reason.
Please, dude.
That's my thing, Troy. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Troy.
And it's scary because there's other teams out there like the Dodgers, Padres. They all have way better farm systems than we do. And look at the roster they have now. I mean,
Yeah.
yet again, it's what our own GM said or what our owner said. They spend stupid money. I'm just looking at you with that hat on.
Hey, the hat's on for a reason. The hat's on because Bryce is about to tie up the game right now.
No way. No way. That is
That was
not a strike.
That was the pitch, Bryce.
Oh, dude, he's going to get thrown out. What happens if that happens, he gets thrown out? How does that work?
Somebody just comes in as a pinch hitter, and the count's still 1-1. And that wasn't a strike, by the way. And I know it's off the plate. I mean, that box says it was, right on the corner, but
we don't want to see that box.
I've been seeing it called like this the whole season, so I don't understand why they're complaining. Like, they've been consistently bad.
It was the same exact pitch.
That was the same pitch that was with Bohm. And they call that a ball? Yo, turn off the comments so it's not ruined. Come on, Bryce. Break my heart or give me happiness.
Oh.
What happened?
No.
So I'm wearing it for no reason.
I'm just scaring you. I'm just scaring you.
So I'm wearing it for no reason?
Nah. We'll see.
If we win this game, we're sweeping the series.
Wait, who's pitching on the day you're going? Thursday?
Velasquez. Tomorrow's Matt Moore. Tomorrow's Matt Moore. Wednesday is Wheeler when you go, and then Velasquez is Thursday when I go.
Come on, Bryce. Oh, come on.
I love how he just steps out. He never, puts his hand up. Like, I was always told as I was playing baseball, he, always just put your...
See that? Do you see what?
Oh, the Chris Bryant thing?
What the hell? Yeah.
Is that a sign? Is Bryce trying to tell us something? You're using Chris Bryant's bat, Bryce?
Oh, my God.
Ball 4. Oh, McCutcheon. Come on. I got to take off the hat now because I said Bryce was going to do it. Or do I put it back on and say McCutcheon's going to win us the game? 3-run shot.
Oh, God. Is that tampering? Having a Chris Bryant bat? Is that tampering?
I don't think that's tampering.
They shoot it too. Wow.
That's a lot, Troy. That's a lot for only having Scott Kingery and Adam Hazley and Mickey Moniak and you're 100% going to have to give up Mick Abel in one of those. There's no chance you get Marte and Kimber.
Oh my God.
What?
Sorry, my dad just said My dad just said something. I don't know what he said.
Double play. Double play is coming.
You didn't see it yet, did you?
No. Does he walk it off? Does he walk it off? Does he walk it off?
Yeah, no
Does he walk it off?
Yo!
Home run hat, baby. Home run hat, baby. We're sweeping the series.
Boys.
We're sweeping the series.
Oh,
it's falling off because
God.
of the headset. We're sweeping
Trade
the
him,
series.
baby. Trade him.
What'd I say?
Trade
Shut
him.
up with the trade bait. We can never have nothing fun around you,
Let's
Mr.
go.
Pessimism. Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
wow,
Home
they
run
really
hat.
just
Put it on
walked
him.
off.
Put it on him.
My God. Dude, I wore this shirt. I didn't have this on before the podcast. I was wow.
3-run shot. 3-run walk-off shot by Andrew McCutcheon.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for curing the pain for tonight.
Home run hat, baby. It's staying on the rest of the show. And I could put on 7s.
There are some lucky son of a bitches, aren't they?
Ah. and USA.
Are they
And
losing?
yeah, 17-5 now. And with Sevens Rugby, it just flips like that.
Mm.
You have to be really in shape to do that. But let's go. Are we buyers now with the Phillies?
Nope.
Oh
Nope.
my
Oh,
god.
no, hold up. Let's see. Did the Mets
Oh
win
my
today?
god. Yeah, it's a sign. It's time to buy. John, where you
And,
at? John Coyle, where are you?
Mets won today. It didn't help. So every time the Mets win and the Phillies win, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. You're still 4 games behind.
It's time to buy. There you are, John. I love to see it. I love to see it.
Oh my gosh.
Huge win for the Phillies tonight. Huge win. 6-5. 1-0 against the Nats to open up the 4-game series. It's time for the sweep. If we sweep them, we're coming in at least 2 games. I'm calling it. We're going to be 2 games within the mix.
Spencer Howard tomorrow can take care of business. I'll be intrigued. I'll be intrigued because
Matt Morris pitches tomorrow.
Matt Moore.
Yeah.
Matt Moore.
Well, yeah.
Howard pitched tonight, right?
You see, yeah, Howard pitched tonight, and I think he gave you your typical 3-inning outing. But Matt Moore's been up and down. Like, he was a very inconsistent pitcher between April, May, June. And then when he got called back up, he was throwing in some consistent starts out there. And then last start, it was just abysmal. It was abysmal.
Win us the game.
Our savior.
Win us.
Ethan coming in strong. That win saves the season. Maybe.
That puts you, what, 5 games behind? That puts you 5 games behind the Mets. I feel like every single loss we have is like 2 steps back. I feel like we're on that 2 steps forward, 1 step back. They need a sweep. And when they play the Mets,
they need this sweep. This is a huge week for the Phillies right now.
They need to win the series when they play the Mets. Like they actually have to.
Look, here's the thing. Matt Moore needs to take care of business for us tomorrow. You're going on Wednesday, so it's guaranteed a W. I'm going Thursday, so it's guaranteed a W. So that's a 4-game sweep, right? Since McCutchen just saved us today.
Yep.
So I'm calling you out, Matt Moore. We need you. The team needs you, brother. Let's go.
Let's get him on the podcast.
I gotta keep the hat on the rest of the.
Let's get him on the podcast.
I'll DM him right now.
I'll DM him right now.
Got to keep the hat on for good vibes. McCutchen's wearing it. Recent, and by the way, 2 huge 3-run home runs from Hoskins and McCutchen tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And both of those guys have been grossly inconsistent this whole year. Both those guys, the 2 of us have been shitting on. Not McCutchen as of recent, but Hoskins, the 2 of us have been shitting on him for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
2 huge hits by the 2 of those guys today.
I was shitting on him in the beginning of the season hard. But of course I'm gonna go back on him because he's having a really good second half of the season. He was before the All-Star game, he was doing well, but he was just coming off an ACL tear, and he is getting older. So I don't see a huge problem with us trading him now, just because of you look at his age and you look at how many years he truly has left. And this year would be the time to sell. It's just like stocks. Just like stocks, dude. I'm sorry.
Now you're coming at me with coming at me with the Wolf of Wall Street vibes.
Yeah, we love you, Coach, but you're nothing but Bitcoin right now. Let's go. I'm sorry.
So you're trading Kutch, Hoskins. You're trading all those guys after we just hit a walk-off home run.
I will trade
on July 26th, and we're 3.5 games out of a division win. You're trading all that. just because you're banking on our scouts to find good guys across the league. I'm not banking on that. I'm banking on a 1993 Philly vibe. That's what I'm banking on. Get an old motley crew back together, and let's go get some work done.
Oh, let's just put this right here. Yeah, right. Dude, I just don't see a roster that, like, you need Jesus to fix this roster, honestly. Like, with the pitching, you need him. Because I don't, like, you don't have the assets to build what we need.
Yeah.
Like, if you want playoff experience, great. But if you want, I'd rather have championship experience than just 2 games in the playoffs and you're done, or 1 game in the playoffs and you're done. No?
Yeah. I hear you. But at the same time, I'm not giving up on this team. Because if you give up on this team, you're basically giving up on the first 8 years of Bryce Harper. Because let's just keep it real. If we trade this whole team, what do we have left? But a horrible Bryce Harper contract because you're not going to be winning anything. A horrible JT Realmuto contract because you're not going to be trying to compete. Like, this is your best chance to compete these next 2 years. You have Segura under contract. You have Didi under contract. You have McCutcheon under contract.
Yep.
I'm saying you Band-Aid it up and you pray that you go on a run. I'm not saying you win it all, but you never know what happens if you freaking go all in, make the playoffs, and see what happens. And I'm not saying you get Kimbrel. Like, Kimbrel's the ultimatum, but you could get a solid closer from a shitty team.
Yeah.
John, good night. Thank you for chiming in tonight.
Good night.
Have some faith in the Phillies. We got this. That would be so Phillies, right? Just trade for the guy that let off the 3-run home run, walk-off home run. Come on. Let's not kill the vibes, Philly sports passion. Come on. I'm keeping the hat on for the good vibes. I'm keeping the hat on for the sweep of the Nationals.
Oh, God.
That was a hell of a win. Thank God I put it back on.
Jesus.
Put it back on just in time, too. You want to know what? You want to know what's the unsung hero tonight? It's Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper both times. Getting on base when you need him the most. He's not always going to deliver you the solo shot. But when you get on base, good things happen. Good things happen. He got on base both times to keep the inning alive. The first 3-run shot to bring it in with the 1, and obviously the second 3-run shot to hit the walk-off.
Yeah.
That's MVP play right there.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the little things to keep your team in the game.
Yeah. And you need those clutch moments out of some of these guys. And I'm very surprised that we scored in the 9th inning because that's something that's rarely been done this season, especially walk-off home runs.
I wish I could have heard the call from T-Mac.
Yeah, I literally heard the call from my dad downstairs, and then I actually saw. I didn't want to ruin it for you, though. I didn't want to ruin it for you because I knew.
Yeah, I got a little bit confused in the chat because nobody was truly excited until we found out. So the only thing I saw before it actually happened was John Coyle saying "Let's go" and Frank saying "End game." Like, what the hell are they saying?
End game. Oh, God. That's fine.
All right, so we'll get the Phillies next week. We'll talk more Phillies next week, obviously. Hopefully next week we'll be coming off a fresh 4-game sweep. Get the day off on Friday, and then it's Pittsburgh Pirates series. Trade deadline. We'll see what happens, boys. We'll see what happens with the Phillies. We still got a little bit more to talk about. I want to talk a little bit of Eagles before we leave because they might be teasing us a little bit. They might be doing a little strip tease on us, you know?
They're trying to get people to buy season tickets. That's what it is.
Hey, Jeff does it best. Lori does it best. And before we do anything, Rob, I know you're a big contributor to all around the ATD. It's not that I don't want Lillard. It's that I don't want to mortgage the future for a guy that we're only going to have for 3 years, and you're not going to guarantee me a championship. Because you can't guarantee a championship for 3 years of Damian Lillard. Stop laughing at my hat. It's for the sweep. That's why I'm still wearing the hat. It's for the sweep.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I don't want Damian Lillard. For all that. Thanks, Greg. Keeping it on for the good vibes.
Andrew Jones, Atlanta Braves.
Aww. Troy,
troll job.
That's really going to be up to Maury. You know, Maury loves to do some stuff. So we'll see what happens. But let's talk Eagles, because they have the best secondary in the league right now, or in the league. They have the best secondary in the NFC East right now. They have the second best defensive line in the NFC East behind the Redskins. I'm sorry, the football team. And if all of our guys are healthy, you're arguably up there with them, right? Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Kerrigan,
for sure,
Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett. I'm missing somebody else. I'm missing somebody on the interior.
Hassan Ridgeway. I don't know.
No.
He deflected that double doink. So
Hassan Ridgeway. Oh yeah, you got Milton. You got Milton. Next, Aaron Donald. Fucking assholes. But this defense looks promising. You sign Anthony Harris. Rodney McLeod's going to be coming back. Kayvon Wallace. Let's hope he has a strong sophomore year. Hopefully it's not a sophomore slump. It can't really be a sophomore slump because he had an atrocious rookie year. So
yeah, he didn't really get to play that much. Hopefully we're not. Hopefully, like come week 12, we're not relying on automotive dealers and dudes off the Philly streets.
I also like the linebacker core that they put together. You still got Singleton. You signed Wilson from Minnesota. The defense is looking good. They have the potential to be a top 10 defense. I'll say it right there. Pending health.
It's underrated. It is very underrated, but like you're about to say right now, like the health is the biggest thing. And that's been the issue the last few years. Just who can stay healthy. I mean, are you the only healthy guys when you really think about it has been not even Fletcher Cox, because he's been in and out. That's all I've seen him. Brandon Graham has been he's been the only guy.
Yeah.
Because you were playing with the skeleton crew last. You signed Alex Singleton from the Canadian League. You were playing with.
And he was your best defensive player.
He was. And after Josh Sweat, I want to see more from him this year. Now that Derek Barnett's not.
Yeah, he's still with us.
He's still with us.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised.
He's going to be out there. We'll see what happens with him. But this defense has the potential to be a top 10 defense. A lot of your starters are going to be on 1-year deals. So they're going to be going out to play. They're going to be going out to get some money. So you got all those guys with the motivation to get a new contract. You got Fletcher Cox that's always going to give you 100%. You got Brandon Graham that's always going to give you 100%. Barnett's going to want another contract. Sweat's going to want another contract. Anthony Harris is on a 1-year deal. Steven Nelson's on a 1-year deal. You got this whole defense that Slay's a baller. He had it off year last year. We'll see what happens. This defense could be legit. This defense could be a top 10 defense.
It can be. And
then if you swing over to the offensive side of the ball, we've been saying it all off season. Pending the health of the offensive line, that's gonna make the difference in everything.
Yep. And just the play of Jalen Hurts and even Ertz, man, like Ertz, he might if they don't release him, he's gonna be on the team.
Ertz is staying.
Yeah. I don't think they would release him. I really don't think so. But because I mean, we did see a few plays with Ertz and Hurts together when Hurts was in, and it's just different quarterback and a different tight end. So it's a lot to play with because you also got Goddard. I hope they don't run that 12-man personnel. I really hope not.
Yeah. I think. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing with the 12 personnel. You want it to be a pass-first offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing it in 12 personnel? Well, the only way 12 personnel works is if you establish a run game, is if your identity is running the football. And then you could go vertical with the 12 personnel once you establish the run game off a play action. They had zero plan whatsoever because apparently Laurie just wanted to pass the football. If you wanted to pass the football, why aren't you going to the spread offense?
Mm-hmm.
Were you afraid because Chip Kelly was that?
Mm-hmm.
So then you go to 12 personnel, but then you also don't want to go against your morals of, I want to be a pass-first offense. I think Sirianni's changing the culture. I think because he doesn't seem arrogant like Chip Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a stand-up guy. He seems like he's having a lot of fun with the players. There was no fun with Chip Kelly.
No.
Chip Kelly had him on strict diets. I think this organization got scarred by Chip Kelly. And this organization, I mean Jeffrey Lurie.
Yep.
Hopefully he hands the keys to Sirianni and he says, look, this is your football team. I trust you as a football mind. You do you. You do you. You win us football games. You're going to be loved in this city. The way you win football games with this team, you use your 2 tight ends. You use your offensive line. That's going to be the strongest point if you're healthy. You use Miles Sanders. You pair him with Jalen Hurts, who's going to be a running quarterback, a mobile quarterback.
Yep.
A mobile quarterback's 2 best friends are a running back that can be explosive and a healthy, solid offensive line. And you have both.
I think we will have that come this September when they start it up. They will have that healthy offensive line. They just signed Landon Dickerson today. I mean, I don't know. He's not going to be a starter this year. I don't even think he'll play this year unless somebody gets hurt. But it's been a long time coming because you didn't have Brandon Brooks at all last year, did we?
Yeah.
Have him at all.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
So
Brooks is going to be healthy, hopefully.
Andre Dillard, we don't really know. Dillard.
My rugby brother, Jordan Maylott, is going to be winning that spot. Left tackle.
I hope so. Well, I hope so.
Well, it brings up this question. Would you guys still trade for Xavier Howard even after signing Steven Nelson? I say if the price is right, yeah. If the salary cap works out, yeah. And Dillard can be thrown in there.
Yeah.
Because you know what Tua needs. Tua needs an offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So if Dillard's a part of that deal, one of your first-round picks that you have?
Him and his widow Peak.
You trade one of your first-round picks and Andre Dillard, you'd probably have to get rid of Ertz's contract to make the money work.
Then they just release him, right?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what kind of penalty. I'm not a cap wizard like Howie Roseman, so I don't have all this answers.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
That widow peak is creepy.
My widow peak?
No, Dillard's.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, do I have a widow's peak?
A little bit.
No, I got the home run hat on, baby. Good vibes only.
God.
Yo, is Food Group, is that one of your burners? He's just been having a conversation all show.
Oh, God. This happened last podcast, didn't it?
Yeah, but I thought it was a different account. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think you have like 15 different burner accounts.
I just start randomly having a conversation.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Who the Sixers get to do to play?
All right, let's Deshaun Watson. The Deshaun Watson talk.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
It's becoming nauseating for me, dude. Like, are we really trading 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks for this guy?
No. The best thing I am doing for that is Hurts A first round and a second round. That's all I'm trading.
I mean, I would do that, but
not three first round. Hell no, not 3 first round picks because that just takes away like one more. Like that takes away the Carson Wentz trade, and like I just want to see what Hurts has. I want to see what he has.
that's the thing. I think I already know what Jalen Hurts has. I think he has the ability to extend plays. Can he do it successfully in the NFL? I don't think so.
We'll see.
Look, I think this team is going to be. I think this team's going to make waves this year.
You think
I
they're
truly
going to
do.
be a fun team to watch and not be like a dreadful?
Well, what did I think it was whoever said it earlier. They said all they want is to watch meaningful football. They want to see the Eagles be in every single game. I think they're going to have the ability to be in every single game.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, their schedule is a gauntlet.
Yeah, we do have the worst. It's funny because we have one of the hardest schedules, but we were the last place team last year. Like we're still playing the Chiefs, the Bucks. Who else we have? I think we have Green Bay. We have a lot of tough teams we have to play this year, so it's gonna be a tough road to make it to the playoffs. Like I don't think a wild card spot. I think it's the same deal with the Phillies. The easiest way to make the playoffs is winning the division.
Yeah. By the way, USA Sevens put up a valiant effort against South Africa, but they ended up losing 17-12. But they will advance into the knockout rounds. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If you guys ever have the opportunity, start watching a little Sevens rugby. Start watching a little 15s rugby. It's a great sport to watch. Nobody flops. It's just straight athletes giving their all. So highly recommend the sport.
Yep.
Yeah, hurts, man. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because if I'm wrong, this team's going to do some damage this year. This team's going to make some noise.
Yep. And I think another big thing is, of course, we need to talk about it too. Wide receiving core, we need a lot of people to step up because you don't really have that veteran presence this year, as you did the last few years. I mean, not necessarily with Alshon Jeffrey because he wasn't the best in the locker room,
Oh, he was awful.
reportedly. You really don't have any guy older than 28, I believe, on the wide receiving core. I mean, you like that. I'm pretty sure your oldest guy is Greg Ward. Like,
Let's pull up the depth chart for the receivers, shall we?
I'm pretty sure it is, unless you sign an old head. I really don't know.
I don't think they definitely didn't sign anybody significant.
Yeah,
Eagles.
Greg Ward he's 26. Your oldest guy is 26. Nope. Gosh, number 19 just pulled up. I accidentally pressed him.
So they got Devontae Smith, Jalen Rager,
Travis
Fulgham, Greg Ward, Hightower, Kes Watkins, and number 19. Those are your 7 receivers right now. I mean, I guess top 7 receivers.
Mm-hmm. I wish we could have landed some. I wouldn't have hated Deshaun Jackson still in the Eagles. I know he was just a walking like crutch. I know he was like walking on crutches more than he was.
Who was it?
Huh?
Who did you say?
Djax.
Oh, no,
Is Alshon Jeffrey going to be on a team?
probably not. I don't think he got picked up by anybody. Deshaun's with L.A.
LA.
Alshon didn't get picked up by anybody. JJ isn't making the team. Number 19 isn't making the team. Look, I got the depth chart up right here. And by the way, I missed Javon Hargrave as that defensive tackle.
Yeah.
So, offense. You got Hurts, obviously. Joe Flacco backing him up, and then Nick Mullins as your third stringer. Running backs, you got Miles, who needs to have a huge year. Boston Scott, is he going to make the team? I don't know.
I think he will.
Well, here's the thing. You also got Kerryon Johnson, Jordan Howard, and Gainwell. They got the kid they drafted.
Yep.
And Gainwell is supposed to be really good. So what are you going to keep Boston Scott over Gainwell? You're probably only going to keep 4 of them.
I feel like you should try to trade Scott to like the Rams or something. I really don't know because
it's hard to trade a running back, dude, because
it is.
There's so many of the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna have. My gut says that obviously Miles will be the starter. Kerryon's going to be his backup. Gainwell's going to be that third down specialist, and then you're probably going to keep either Boston or Howard for depth.
Yep. Now, what are you expecting from Miles Sanders this season? Because his role may be declining just because Jalen Hurts is such a mobile quarterback, and they'll do all those run pass option plays and all the fake handoffs. What are you expecting from him this season?
For who was it?
Miles.
I expect him to stay healthy. Well, let me rephrase that. I want him to stay healthy. I want him to keep the football off the ground. And I want him to stop being inconsistent, just like all of the other young talent that we have in this town.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to end up being Reese Hoskins. I don't want him to end up being a Carson Wentz. I don't want him to end up being a if Carter Hart doesn't show up, if Travis Konechny doesn't show up. Like all this young talent that we just put – I don't want him to be like a Shane Gostisbehere. Mm-hmm. I want him to be a top 10 running back. Right now, he is not a top 10 running back.
No.
First, he needs to stay healthy. Second, he can't keep fumbling the football. Third, he can't keep dropping the football, especially when you have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts who's going to need his checkdowns.
Yep.
And like Mr. Wing just said, I think Sirianni's going to help him out a lot. I truly do.
Mm-hmm.
I expect him to get over 1,000 yards. I expect him to get 1,200 yards, especially with the type of offense that Sirianni ran with the Colts. It's a run-first offense.
Last time we've had a running back hit 1,000? I don't think it's been recent.
Shady?
That's what I was thinking. Same thing with wide receiver. I don't think we've had a wide receiver in a while that's hit 1,000. Maybe the last one was, I want to say like Jordan Matthews back in 2014 or something like that.
Probably.
Or some guy like in that zone. Oh.
Troy, I think they'll find somebody. I promise you, come next Monday, we'll be talking. We'll be very excited about the Phillies. We'll be very excited about the move they made. They'll be okay. There's plenty of players on garbage teams out there that are solid pickups that the Phillies can take. It'll happen. But all right. So that's the running backs. I need Miles to have a monster year.
Mm-hmm.
I think besides Jalen Hurts, I think Miles Sanders and Jalen Reagor are under the most pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Reagor needs to step up. And here's the wide receivers right now. You got Devontae Smith on one side, Jalen Reagor on the other. And I guess they'll just be revolving for the slot, whoever is in the slot.
Yeah.
If Greg Ward, if this is still the receivers that you have going into the season, it's a very young squad, like you said. Mm-hmm. So you got Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward, John Hightower, Kez Watkins, number 19, Osbin, Michael Walker, and Adrian Killens. Those are all your receivers on the roster right now.
Mm. I think that Reagor will have a really good season. In my opinion, I think that with drafting Smith, it just takes a lot of pressure off Reagor, especially being that number one pick or not number one pick, but like first rounder and all that. Especially he's not going to get double teamed like he was. I mean, or if you have Ertz, Goddard,
If Ertz is still on the team,
out there, like I don't know who they double team because somebody's going to be catching the ball.
yeah. So you got. Well, that's the thing. If you don't make a move, it seems like Fulgham may get a lot of playing time this year, or a decent amount.
Yeah,
and that's sad. That is sad. Brandon Cooks had 1,000 yards last year without even trying. Without even trying, right?
Yeah.
Carson Wentz could have used that.
It was by accident.
We could have used that. We definitely could have used that. Mr. Wing says Kez is looking better than Hightower. I mean, Hightower gets open over the top.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't track the ball.
Catch.
He can't A, catch, B, track.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so I'm assuming you're probably going to keep 6 of those receivers, right? So obviously Devontae, Rieger, Greg Ward, Fulgham. Now, are they going to be giving up on JJ?
I think so.
I think it's time to give up on JJ. Enough is enough.
We've seen enough, and it just every time I see his face, I just see DK Metcalf's face.
Every time I see every time I see number 19's face, I see somebody celebrating a touchdown that they got off of a fumble recovery inside the end zone. That's what I see from number 19. That's what I see when I see his face. I hate him.
I remember that. That was too good. Smith, Rieger, Fulgham, Quiz, and Hightower.
So you're cutting Ward?
I'm not cutting Ward.
We can't cut Ward.
No.
He has the best hands on the team. Pause.
Does. Yep.
All right. Tight ends.
Wow.
Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, Richard Rodgers, Caleb Wilson. I'm assuming Wilson will go to the practice squad. So then that's the question. Let's just say Ertz makes the team. You got Big 12 personnel. So we don't need to talk about the tight ends. Dallas Goedert needs to have a big year as well.
Yeah.
He needs to stop shrinking under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, offensive line. We already know what's up. We got Jordan Mailata and Dillard at left tackle. You got Salamalu and Dickerson at left guard. Kelsey at center. Dickerson can also play center. So, and then you got Brandon Brooks at the right guard. You still got Herbig. You still got Pryor, who sucks. And then you got Lane Johnson at the right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
What about Driscoll?
He's not listed on the depth chart, but I'm assuming they still have Driscoll. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like we said, if they stay healthy, this could be an electric Eagles offense.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to watch them play, though. I really am.
The umbrella and that picture. Yep. That picture is legendary.
Was that actually real?
I think, yeah.
It looked like they're at it's just like a mom watching practice. Like, what the hell was that?
Mr. Wing, I just hope he could stay healthy.
He better not be doing any damn cartwheels with that knee. He got 4 ACL repairs in the last 6 years.
Well, he got the new ankle. He got 3 different ACLs.
Dude is part. He's like the Terminator, dude. He's like part robot with all these these rods being put in him. Pause.
All right. Let's go to the defense. Let's switch sides to the defense now. And look, if that offensive line stays healthy and you pair that with this defense, which I think is going to be top 10, we'll see. Yep. We'll see. Yeah. Kevo. It's the run game. That's what it's going to be established. And it starts with the offensive line. It starts with Sirianni's play calling. And it starts with the front office staying out of his fucking playbook. Let's just hope that happens.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the defense.
100%.
Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham, starting defensive ends. Okay. Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox started defensive tackles. And then, yes, you still got Hassan Ridgeway. You drafted Milton Williams. You got Ty McGill. It's a solid interior defensive line that you have. And then the defensive ends, you got Josh Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan backing up Graham and Barnett, which I love.
Yeah. The Kerrigan signing, I still love.
Yeah, that is Chris Long vibes.
Yep.
Chris Long vibes, baby. Yeah, Sweat's going to have a good year. I think Sweat's going to have a good year in this rotation that they do. Sweat Barnett's going to be rotating.
Hopefully he gets a lot more playing time, too.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's go linebackers now. My favorite player, Alex Singleton. He's a beast. He is a beast. He makes every tackle that I see him make, that I see him attempt. Eric Wilson, who was a huge signing, over 120 tackles last season. Are you kidding me? 1-year deal. He's out to prove it again. Backing them up, you got Davion Taylor, who, we all know who he is.
Yep.
Good athlete, probably good at Sevens Rugby. Is he good at football? I don't know. TJ Edwards, middle linebacker. Okay. And then you got Sean Bradley. You got Jacoby Stevens. You got a bunch of no-name guys.
Rip Nate Jerry. That's all I got to say. Nate Jerry, whatever.
Who did he sign with?
I think he signed, wasn't the 49ers, was it? Not Seattle. I forget. He signed with somebody, though.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to disagree to this. The Nelson signing slid everything into place. Maddox playing in the slot is everything. That's wrong. Maddox can't cover a freaking table with a tablecloth. Kayvon Wallace is my dark horse. He will be that third safety rotating and will make some plays. I just don't think Maddox is like he's a good guy. He's made some decent plays with us. He's just way too inconsistent. And we've seen him play in the slot before. He isn't that good. That's why if you go get Xavier Howard, maybe slide. I don't know.
You would have the best secondary, debatably second or the best.
Yeah, the best corners in the league.
Yep.
Xavier Howard, Darius Slay.
Yeah.
And then Nelson. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Avante. But here's the secondary. You got McLeod, who's going to be coming off of the ACL, playing safety. You also still got Epps, who I think led the team in interceptions last year. If I'm I might be mistaken, but from the eye test, from what I saw, I see him make turnovers last year, and I see him make it more than any other player on the team.
He's just always at the right time at the right places. It's not skill, it's luck. I'm telling you guys.
All right, you got Anthony Harris from Minnesota. Signed him for a 1-year deal. That's a strong signing. And of course, you got Steven Nelson and Darius Slay as your outside corners. You got Zach McPherson. How he was trolling me last week on the show about Zach. Avante Maddox, obviously, Kayvon Wallace, Graylin Arnold, Craig James, Elijah Riley. All right, just a bunch of trash on the back end of that. But look, this offense, I like it. I'm sorry, this defense, I like it. Offense, I should like it if we stay healthy. Yeah, Mr. Wing. And another thing, Jim Schwartz is out of here. So the predictability is out of here as well. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Gannon's going to be – I think Gannon's going to do some legit changes to this defense. I like the youth that he brings in.
I just feel like it's good for the players. The younger coaches are a lot more relatable. I think it's like that all sports. The younger coaches a lot more relatable. Older coaches They know what they're talking about, but it's hard to relate to somebody that played in a different era
Yeah.
of football.
Yeah.
So
And before we approach 2 hours, because this comment reminds me, it's time to have a moment of silence for Crayvon LeBlanc, because Crayvon LeBlanc was the best corner during Maddox's rookie year. Let's never forget that. Strap. The strap was strapping everything.
Yep.
He will be missed. The injury bug caught up to him. Maybe that's why he didn't look as good as he looked in his first year with us as he did in his second or third year. But yeah, moment of silence for Crayvon LeBlanc real quick.
He speaks for the trees, right, Jimmy? From that video I sent you. Yep.
Moment of silence, boys and girls. Just close your eyes and feel it. All right, there we go. Now that we paid our respect, we'll see what happens. Guys, it was a good show. San 8, Mr. Wing, Kevo, everybody that watched us live for the Phillies. Phillies wild walk-off by Andrew McCutcheon. Wild clutch shot, 3-run shot by Reese Hoskins. It was a great day. And like we said on the show, home run hats forever. We kept it on. We're sweeping. We're being buyers. We're making the playoffs. We're making some noise this year. October baseball is back. We're talking about the fightins. The fightins. See you guys next week. Jake, it's a great hat. Have a good one, guys.
See you.
Thank you.